parties, youth organizations, and the age, all dedicated to observing elections in Liberia with the purpose of producing free, fair, transparent, and credible electoral process in the country, and citizens' votes will be counted and their voices will be heard. This statement is a summary of EON Liberia's outfield observation across the country. EON Liberia deployed observers in 73 electoral districts with oversight from 5 regional coordinators, 15 county coordinators, and 73 district coordinators, which is a total of 93 coordinators. These coordinators recruited observers to work with them on elections day. About 365 observers on the elections day to observe the electoral processes throughout the country. Elections day processes in the districts as observed were relatively slow. Voters were impatient because some polling stations didn't start on time. But all over, the process was conducted well, with the exception of some challenges highlighted by the Madam Chair of the National Elections Commission, NEC, at the press briefing on October 10, 2023 in the James M. Fumaya Conference Hall, that while voting was progressing well generally across the country, there were a couple of noteworthy challenges, specifically in the southeastern counties of Sano and Riverside. Due to the heavy rainfall for at least the past 5 days. Also, trucks carrying voting materials to the district in Sano County got stuck in the mud in the area of Butua due to the heavy rain and the bad roads. However, some of these challenges are being addressed by NEC and the Joint Security. Main findings: pre-election observation assessment. EON Liberia long-term observers reported some violent situation during campaign where some people lost their lives in places like Nimba, Lofa, Mosorado, etc. In some areas, the atmosphere was relatively peaceful during campaign and voting day preparation, despite high underlying tensions due to consistent statement of one round win and violent languages between the political parties' supporters. This was compounded by harsh campaign messages, uncontrolled and improper use of social media platforms. Election day assessment time. There was considerable delay in the opening and commencement of polling at some polling stations due to various logistic challenges such as late arrival of polling staff and materials, late setting up of centers or stations, overcrowding and congestions at centers. Certain poll centers were overcrowded. Some voters who could not exercise patience to wait left the centers and went home. Some voters were told that their names were not found, which resulted on some confusions. Improper serenity. The polling station personnel had little or no time to properly secure observers and others around the polling centers. These people were moving in and around centers indiscriminately at some centers, and the electoral supervisor could not be found when asked for him or her. Miscellaneous. Voter turnout. The voter turnout at the October 10 elections was high. The weather was very favorable, which encouraged people to go out in good numbers to vote. There was also high turnout of women, pregnant women, older women, women with disabilities, baby mothers, and Ion Liberia thought that this was impressive. That women would like to make their voices heard through the ballot box. Announcement of results. The intendment station announcement of results by radio stations, when especially the independent radio network, can be confusing as it does not give the accurate result of the centers, which might cause confusion. Conclusion. Ion Liberia wishes to commend all Liberians for their compassion on voting day. The 2023 general election took place against a backdrop of extreme tension and suspicion on the part of voters, political parties, and the security sector, and even the elections management bodies. Fortunately, the elections went on relatively well, though there were some incidents of disorder and chaos which led to some distress, none of which, however, handled the process. Centers, stations which commenced late were permitted to complete the exercise well after the authorized closing time. Ion Liberia notes with satisfaction that democracy is establishing in Liberia. Since, on the average, there were no major issues. Union Liberia is a citizens' election outfit and continues to seek the interests of Liberians. In this regard, Union Liberia encourages all Liberians to please be patient until the appropriate authority, NEC, releases the elections results. Thank you.